Hello students, welcome to this online classroom. Today we will learn chapter number 2 of standard 8 subject computer. Chapter number 2 is the peripherals of a computer. In this chapter we are learning the peripheral devices of computer. Along with that we will learn about the keyboard, monitor, CPU, taskbar and desktop. So let's start. First topic is the keyboard. The keyboard is an input device which has many small buttons on it called keys. We can key in any number, letter or words into the computer. The computer accepts data with the help of keyboard. Students, as we already know that the keyboard is an input device which has small many buttons called keys. Okay. With the help of keyboard, we can type number, letter and words. And keyboard means with the help of keyboard, computer can accept the all the inputs. Next one is the CPU. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. The Central Processing Unit, that is CPU, is a microchip which is the most important part of the computer, where the actual processing, that is the mathematical and logical processing, take place. The CPU is also referred to as the microprocessor. There are different types of CPU chips available, for example Pentium, Pentium Pro, Pentium 3rd, Pentium 4th, AMD Athlon, Celeron, AMD Duron, Cyrix, etc. Students, as we already know, the CPU, that is Central Processing Unit, whatever the process we are doing in computer, that all process has done because of the CPU, that is Central Processing Unit, and it is the most important part of the computer where actual processing is done. Okay, the processing is nothing but just like mathematical operations and logical processing. Okay, the CPU is also referred to as the microprocessor. Now, already we have seen the full form of CPU, that is Central Processing Unit, because it contains the microprocessor which process all the data. There are different types of CPU chips available, for example Pentium, Pentium Pro, Pentium 3rd, Pentium 4th, AMD Athlon, Celeron, AMD Duron, Cyrix, etc. So these are the CPU chips. Okay. Next one is the Pentium 4 microprocessor is the latest and fastest. See, Pentium 4 is the latest and fastest microprocessor according to the workbook. Okay. The CPU is the most important part of the computer. See, if we think about the CPU, then understand one more thing, that CPU is the very important part of the computer because it contains, first, it is housed in the main unit, second, it is a small silicon chip, and third, it is the brain of the computer and does all working and calculations, that is processes we give to the computer. Why we are understanding the CPU is very important part of computer? First, it is housed in the main unit just like the box. Second, it has small silicon chip which process all the given inputs. And third is very important, it is the brain of the computer and does all the working and calculations given to the computer. Means whatever the calculations, whatever the working we are working in computer is because of CPU. The main unit houses, first, storage devices, that is hard disk storage device, second, floppy disk and its drive, third, nowadays CD-ROM is more popular and necessary in all the computers. CD-ROM is also called as a compact disk drive. If we think about the storage devices, then storage devices are available in the form of hard disks, floppy disks, CD and DVD. Okay, CD stands for compact disk and B the processing unit. In CPU we can see the processing unit 2. Next one is the monitor. First, this part looks like a television set. Now when we see a monitor, immediately we think about the television, right? Second, with the help of this, first we can see what has been typed into the computer. Second, we can see the result of any operation done by the computer. What is the use of monitor? There are main two use they have given. First one, whatever we are typing, it shows on the monitor. Means we are typing correctly or not, we can see immediately. And second, we can see the result of any operations done by the computer. Means whatever the result is shown by the computer will be shown on the monitor. Third, it is also called a screen video, that is visual display unit. To the monitor we may call a screen or video, that is visual display unit. Fourth, a monitor helps us to check the progress and operation of a keyboard and displays the output given by the computer. One more thing is that a monitor will help you to check the progress and operation of a keyboard and displays on the computer, that is monitor, in the form of output. And fifth, there are two main switches on the monitor. Okay, if you see the monitor, then you will see two switches. First one is on off switch and second one is brightness control switch. What is the use of on off switch? We can use on off switch to on the monitor and to off the monitor. And second, brightness control switch to change the brightness of monitor. Sixth, sometimes you find that the frame on the screen begins to roll up or down as in a TV. This is due to some internal maladjustment and can be corrected by manipulating the vertical hold knob present at the back front of the monitor. See, if we think about the monitor, then monitor is look like a one frame. Okay, just like a television. Sometime you may be internal maladjustment and can be corrected by the manipulating the vertical knob present at the back and front. At time you find that the frame or text appear as if it is a physical twisted at an angle. This is again due to internal maladjustment and can be set right using the horizontal hold knob present behind or front from the monitor. Modern monitors do not have these controls knobs. Instead of the correction mechanism is built in into the system itself. See, if we think about the some old version monitors, then you will see a hold knob present maybe either back or front. Because of that knob you can change some setting. And if you think about some modern monitors, then it is in the inbuilt function. 7, there are two types of monitor available. First one monochrome and second one color. Now what is the difference between monochrome and color? Monochrome is nothing but the black and white and color is nothing but the color. Okay, this is very simple difference between monochrome and color. Number 8, generally the normal size of a color monitor is 14 inches. Nowadays color monitors are more popular than the monochrome monitors. See, if we see the normal monitor, then its size in the inches is 14 inches, and right now people are preferring color monitors rather than the monochrome monitors because people wanted to see in a color form. 9. Normally we use a color monitor which is priced at rupees 5200 to 10,000. Now this price may be vary according to the monitor and brand. Okay. The video consists of two parts, the monitor and the little circuit board called the display card. This video card is inside the main unit. Both parts must be compatible with each other. Now whenever we think about the video, that is visual display unit, that is monitor, then it has two parts. First one, the little circuit board. Okay, the monitor and the little circuit board. The monitor itself can display one color, that is monochrome, or many colors. Monochrome monitors are cheaper and hence are widely used, but a VGA or SVGA monochrome monitors are recommended since they are comfortable for eyes. See, whenever we think about the monitor, then there are some types of monitor like VGA, SVGA, etc. Okay, VGA means what? The VGA stands for Video Graphic Array, and SVGA stands for Super Video Graphic Array. So these are the different types of monitors. Okay, you can choose according to your recommendation. The color monitor allows you to run more softwares and games. See, if you choose color monitor, then it will allow to use more softwares like games and etc. Including the new operating system, most buyers opt for the SVGA, that is Super Video Graphic Array card type. Though there are others like HGA, VGA, etc. available in the market. Analysis of your budget and need will determine the kind of video card you should opt for. So it is up to you which one you have to buy. It depends on you according to your budget. Here I'll repeat for full form. Students, kindly note in your notebook and keep in mind. Video stands for Visual Display Unit. VGA stands for Video Graphic Array. SVGA stands for Super Video Graphic Array, and HGA stands for Hercules Graphic Adapter. Okay. Next one is the mouse. In graphic user interface, the mouse is the prime input device for entry. A mouse is used to replace hard to learn key combination with easier point and click actions. The mouse is connected to the computer by a cable. Now, if you think about the mouse, then mouse is a very important part to entry. Okay, because of the mouse, we people can select any option that we needed. Okay, a mouse is used to replace hard to learn key combination with easier point and click actions. Now, if we think about the mouse, then mouse has some clicks, that is left click, right click, okay, as shown in the right corner. Okay, there are three buttons to the mouse. First one right, second one left, and third one middle button, that is scroll wheel. Okay, the use of left button to select the option, to use of right click to make the refresh your computer, and to use of scroll wheel to go up and down in your working area. Then Mouse action. Here some actions they have given. First one, pointing. Okay, pointing to an item with a mouse in such a way that the mouse pointer touches the items. Now pointing means what? If you point out a particular place, you can simply move your mouse cursor to that particular place to click and open. Second, double clicking. Double click by rapidly clicking and releasing mouse button twice. It is used to start an application. Whenever you want to start an application, whenever you want to open a folder or a file, you have to double click rapidly on it. Third, dragging. Point on the item, click the left mouse button and hold it down while moving. This action is used for moving an item from one position to another. Resizing a window by dragging on its frame or moving a window by dragging the title bar. See, dragging means what? If you want to change a particular icon place from one place to another, simply click on that icon. Do not release the click. Okay. And then simply you can move from one place to another place. One more thing, you can also resize the window and you can also change the window from one place to another place. If you want to resize the window, simply you have to drag by its frame, and if you want to move the window, simply you have to click on its title. Fourth, what is selecting? Now what is selecting? Dragging the mouse pointer over the text, thus highlighting it, is called selecting a text. Selecting a text is nothing but whenever we want to select a typed matter, you can simply select. For selecting, simply you can click double or triple. Okay. For selecting the word, you have to double click on the word. For selecting the line, you have to triple click on the word. Okay. Next one is, how does a computer solve problem? Now see, whenever we think about the computer, actually computer is a very essential part of our life because it solves many calculations that human doesn't. Okay. So simple formula they have given here, simple step they have given here, how computer is solving the problem. There are three major steps by which a computer solve a problem. See, input, process and output. Whenever user gives input with the help of keyboard, computer will accept that input. After accepting the input, computer will process on that given input, and when process will final, it will show the proper output. For example, simple example I like to give. Suppose you have opened Excel application. In Excel you have entered 10 in one cell and 20 in another cell. Means you have given two input, that is 10 and 20. Now you have to write the formula, that is process. Means we have to make summation of these two numbers, that is 10 plus 20. So 10 plus 20, this is the process. When you finish your formula in Excel, if you press enter button, then you will see the result, that is 30. 10 plus 20 is 30. Okay. Second example, whatever we are eating, just like food, fruits, etc. So this is nothing but the input to our body. What is process? Whatever we have eaten is digested in the stomach, is nothing but the process, and the digested food will convert into blood, that is output. Very simple. Clear? And one more point I'm adding here, whatever the output you have to store that output in hard disk, CD, pen drive, DVD, etc. Okay, whatever we feed into the computer is called input. The most commonly used input device is keyboard. Now already we know about the keyboard. Keyboard is an input device by which we can enter the input. Second, all the working and calculations that the computer does, it called the process. It is in the central processing unit, that is CPU. Second is very important, when user gives the input to the computer, then computer means CPU will process on that given input. All the instructions and information entering to the computer come here for processing. When the work is finished, the CPU collects the result and sends it to the output device. When processing will final or over, it will send to the output device. Third, the result of the process that is given back to us by the computer is called output. Whatever the result is given by the computer to the output device is nothing but the output. The most commonly used output device is the monitor or the screen. And fourth, there are storage devices like floppy disk and hard disks in which data or information is stored. The storage device can also act input output devices as data can be taken from them. See, if we think about the storage device, then storage device is acting both input and output. Okay. Next one is the memory. The internal memory of the PC is in the form of chip. The computer's internal memory is organized as a collection of bytes. The size of memory available is measured in kilobytes, that is KB, or megabytes, that is MB. 1 kilobyte represent 1024 bytes. The computer uses two types of memory, that is RAM and ROM. See, students, whenever we think about the memory is very important part again. Means all parts are important and dependent to each other. Now, what is memory? Simple, if we think about the Android mobile phone, then we are having in Android mobile phone a memory card or storage, right? Where we can keep all the data. Similarly, if we keep all the data in the computer, we need memory or hard disk. Okay. Basically, memory is measured in KB, MB, GB, TB. KB stands for kilobyte, MB stands for megabyte, GB stands for gigabyte, and TB stands for terabyte. Basically, there are two types of memory, that is RAM and ROM. Now, what is RAM? One part of internal and accessing memory is called random access memory, that is RAM. This is the area that used to start the programs and the data. When anybody refers to the amount of memory that a computer has, they are taking about the amount of RAM available. The RAM has two important characteristics. See, if we think about the RAM, then RAM has a size in MB, okay, or in GB. That depends on our need. Whenever we think about the internal accessing memory, that is RAM, this is the area that is used to start the program and the data. Basically, why RAM is needed? Whenever the user start the computer first time, the RAM is loading all the supporting files and programs to the computer or Windows, and then the computer will start. Okay, there are two characteristics of RAM. First one, program can be stored in it temporarily. It is for this reason that is sometimes called read write memory. RAM stands for random access memory. It is a temporary memory. Okay. And second, the memory is volatile, which means that its contents are lost when the computer is switched off. Second thing, it is also called as a volatile memory because when power supply is off, then whatever the data kept in the RAM will be vanished. Okay. The amount of RAM can vary from 64 KB to 512 MB. Okay. And it is more than 512 MB too. Okay. Means we can say that 2 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM, etc. Depending on the number of memory chip installed in the computer. The amount of RAM is an important parameter in determining the size and complexity of the problem that can be undertaken on the computer. So it is regarding the size. Means as per our recommendation we can choose. Somebody choose 2 GB RAM, somebody choose 4 GB RAM according to their need. Okay. Next one is ROM. Another area of internal memory that is found in the computer is called ROM, which stands for read only memory. Just like RAM, the ROM is another memory. Its full form is read only memory. The ROM area contains instructions which are permanently recorded into the memory. It cannot be changed. Also, ROM is not volatile. So turning off the computer does not disturb it. See, ROM stands for read only memory. Okay. This is a permanent storage where we cannot lose our data. Though the power supply will off, the ROM will continue or keep all the data safe. Okay. And it is also called as a volatile memory. One set of instructions permanently held on the ROM is called ROM BIOS, which stands for Read Only Memory Basic Input Output Services. The ROM BIOS is a set of programs that provides very essential support for the whole operation of the computer. Any set of program residing in the ROM are called firmware. See, one set of instructions permanently held in the ROM. It's called ROM BIOS. Now there is a one instructions which is permanently held in the ROM BIOS. BIOS stands for Basic Input Output Services. The ROM BIOS is a set of program that provides very essential support to the whole operation. So ROM BIOS is also one important part in the memory. Any set of program residing in the ROM are called as a firmware. Next point is the desktop. In GUI stands for Graphical User Interface. In GUI, the computer screen is called a desktop. Similar to an office desktop, the computer screen is divided into a number of workspaces. Each workspace is referred to as a window. Now desktop. Desktop is nothing but whenever you start your computer, first you will see the screen. That screen is nothing but the desktop. Okay. Similar to an office desktop, the computer screen is divided into number of workspaces, and this desktop is divided into number of workspaces, and each workspaces are called as a window. Okay. Next is same point we are continuing. As a part of the screen, the desktop is very important for us because with the help of desktop we can do many things which are not possible in CUI. See, GUI and CUI. Let me clear the difference between GUI and CUI. GUI stands for Graphical User Interface. CUI stands for Character User Interface. I repeat, GUI stands for Graphical user interface or graphics user interface. CUI stands for character user interface. Whatever the work we are doing with GUI, it is not allowed in CUI because it is character based. Okay. Hence, we say that Windows is a user-friendly environment for the user where you can click on the object and get it ready to do your work. Desktop is divided into different parts such as wallpaper, icon, taskbar, the start button and menu. We can change the desktop setting by clicking in setting. Now, if we think about the desktop, then desktop is also divided into some different parts such as wallpaper. Wallpaper is nothing but the picture you are seeing on the desktop. Icons, that small icons, I mean pictures. Taskbar, which is at the bottom side, and the start button, which is at the bottom side of the left corner. Okay. Now, what is icon? A symbol which represents a window is called an icon. Now, whatever the small pictures you're looking on the monitor is called as an icon. Okay. When a window is no longer in use, you can reduce it into an icon on the on the taskbar. Icon being small in size do not occupy space on the screen or desktop. The reduced window can be returned to its normal size with a single click of the mouse. See, icons are the small pictures which are present on the monitor. These icons are useful for opening the applications that you need. Okay, and it is not occupying the much size of the screen. Okay, and last topic is the taskbar. The taskbar is a bar which gives the status of each program or programs. The start button, which is used to start your main menu, is on the taskbar. The taskbar shows us how many programs are open. Now see, taskbar is present at the bottom side of the monitor, which shows the start button as you see on the screen, which shows the running application, that is running program, and third, very important, it shows the time. With the help of start button, you people can start any application. The running application, whatever the different application you have opened, it will show on the taskbar. And third, that is time. If you want to change your computer's date and time, you can simply change by clicking on it. Students, hope that you have understood this topic, this chapter, the peripheral of computer. Now there is one practical for you. Those who have computer in their home, please check all the peripheral devices, observe the window, observe the keyboard, and understand the all concepts that we have covered in this video lecture. Hope that you have understood this chapter. Thank you.